everybody, welcome back to the All Things Good channel and to another video. Hope you're all doing really well this week. Thank you for joining me. It's lovely to see you, and if you are new to the channel and a new subscriber, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining us as well. Well, this week has been incredibly tiring and incredibly emotional actually, and you probably think I'm looking a little bit dishevelled and a bit tired, and I'm absolutely shattered, but it's all for good reasons, and that is because at the start of the week I took a flying visit down to the south of the country, back down to Devon, to my son's graduation from university, which was absolutely amazing. And it's the only day we've had in weeks, it feels like, and certainly for the rest of this week, the only day we had with sunshine, glorious wall-to-wall sunshine all day. We were absolutely blessed and it was a beautiful day. Have got a little bit of that to show you in today's video, but it meant that I was away from home for a couple of days, which has meant that I've had to change my working days this week as well. So I've had to work the rest of the week. That's thrown Mum a little bit because we're out of our routine and it's all been a bit all over the place. I haven't had much time at home, but we've survived and lived to tell the tale. And I have got a few bits and pieces to show you in this week's video, some purchases from TK Maxx, and the incredible, wonderful, invisible chef is back this week with a Greek lamb stew with ORZO. Now, and I think it's pronounced ORZO, it might be ORZO, I'm not sure, but it's a type of pasta, and you know what? I've never had it before, and it was absolutely delicious. So that's in this week's video as well. And quite frankly, what I need now is a good old-fashioned cup of tea, a sit down and a chill out. So I hope you do the same and enjoy this week's video.
Should I smile?
Hello, Nancy.
Hello.
How are you?
Busy but good.
We haven't seen much of you, have we? With me dashing to Exeter and
No.
one thing and another.
We haven't had any much time together the last few days.
No. Although we saw family, didn't we, on Wednesday?
We did. And we're going to have a nice weekend.
Yes, we're going to have a nice weekend. Should we go shopping tomorrow?
Oh, well, why not?
You like a bit of shopping, don't you?
Yes.
Although it's going to rain, of course.
We don't care whether it rains or not when we're shopping.
Okay, we're shopping. Is there anything in particular you need to get tomorrow?
Well, there's one or two things. Some fresh bread and a few items.
Should we buy you a present as well?
Yes.
While we're out.
What's that?
Should we buy you a present while we're out?
Why?
Well, just for being you, really.
Well, that sounds lovely. Thank you. We'll buy one each. Because I was thinking of buying you one too.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a deal.
Yeah.
So your niece one of your nieces is here from America.
Yes.
We don't see her very often, do we?
Yes.
So that was nice to see her the other day. And then
we're
all getting together with all the cousins, aren't we, on Sunday?
Yes, we've got to have a big get together.
Yes. And they love seeing you.
Yes.
And you love seeing them.
That'll be lovely.
It will be lovely.
And of course, with the one in America, we only see her every few years, don't we?
Yeah.
So it's definitely nice to see her this time.
I noticed that your drinks cabinet is pretty full.
Yes.
There's plenty of gin there. We do night. You like your gin?
No, it's not that I'm an alcoholic.
No, but you just like happy hour.
When visitors come and they think, oh, look at all the booze there.
Well, it's better to be safe than sorry. Have it in than not have it in.
Absolutely.
So anyway, we should go shopping tomorrow and have a lovely day.
And I'm going to just do you for a minute.
Oh, okay. You have to turn it round though. Completely turn it round. Like that.
Oh, of course.
So there we are at Mother's house. I'm a bit tired because
this
I've got
is
home
my
from work.
beautiful daughter has just been filming me. And she's always filming others, so I'm definitely filming her today.
So I've just done a little trip to TK Maxx. Haven't been for ages actually, and I've only picked up 4 little items, but they were further reductions in the store, and so I've treated myself, quite frankly. The first one is this Donna Karan New York DKNY toiletries stroke makeup stroke holiday kind of bag, and I've got quite a few makeup bags, but I'm forever sort of switching and mixing things around, and I use one bag on a sort of day-to-day basis in the bedroom, then another one if I'm going away for a night, another one if I'm going away for a couple of nights, another one if I'm going away for a week. What I liked about this is the size actually, and I'd be able to get more things in here as opposed to taking one or two different cosmetic bags. So I'd probably be able to, let's take the cardboard out, that's quite nice and deep, that lovely red lining. It does have an extra zip up here as well, and that would be really useful for me. I would use that to put in my strips of daily pairs of contact lenses or something like that. Or you could put makeup brushes in there and have it just for makeup. But it's really nice and tall, and it's also got these elasticated sections around the edges, you can see. So you can actually put your makeup brushes in there. So I would have plenty of room in there to actually put my sort of makeup removing items, my moisturiser, perhaps even my shower gel, razor, makeup. I'd probably get everything in there for a night or two over, or indeed a week's holiday, rather than taking 2 or 3 different cosmetic bags. They did have another design, same Donna Karan New York, but it got like a black strip down the front here. I liked them both. It did take me a while to decide which one I wanted, but I went for that one. So I'm very pleased with that, and that was $16.99. I then bought 2, not 1, 2 candles. You know I love a candle. And I've noticed that they've started to get fragrances in already for the autumn stroke Halloween. There's lots of pumpkin type accessories and candles and bits and pieces, lots of witches and black cats and things like that going on. And I know it's only July, but quite frankly, the weather does feel like October here this week. So anyway, I bought these as a sort of, I suppose, getting in preparation for the autumn. I might light them before then. I do like the scents very much. Now, I'm not normally a lover of vanilla, and those of you that know me will know I don't like synthetic vanilla at all. But this one is white pumpkin and vanilla. Yes, I've gone for something with vanilla in, but actually it smells gorgeous. It's very, very spicy. It's a bit of Christmas, actually, dare I say that word, in there. Very spicy. It's more pumpkin than vanilla. If I could smell the vanilla, I wouldn't have bought it, quite frankly. And that's just lovely. It just reminds me of that cosy nights by the fireside, starting to feel a bit autumnal. A bit premature, maybe, but I really like that. It's a really, really good size. Nice rose gold top, and a nice white jar that it comes in. That was $10.99, so not the cheapest, but it's a big candle. That will last a long time. The next one is called Pecan Bourbon. Wow, dark oak aged bourbon, scented with hints of citrus and spicy pecans. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And it's got a very sort of little autumnal decoration on the side there, and again, not as spicy as the pumpkin and vanilla, but it's more cinnamony actually, and you can smell cinnamon and whiskey, bourbon. That's basically what you can smell, but it's really different, really nice. And I think when that's lit, I think perhaps in a lounge or a dining room, that would be really, really good. The Invisible Chef is very busy at the moment cooking my dinner, I hasten to add. I'm very pleased about that. And my last purchase was by the label Fairy Dust, which you see a lot of in TK Maxx actually. A new dressing gown, toweling robe, house coat. There are very various names for this, and it isn't a full length one. It is a midi, I suppose you'd call it. It is a zip all the way to the bottom, but it also has this belted tie in the middle, so you can have it tightened up in the middle if you wish. It's got a heart design, which I really like, but it's also got one of those red stickers on that I have been assured today by somebody in the room that the red sticker means it's probably been reduced because there's a fault with it. I can't find a fault with it. The zip works fine. There's no marks or stains on it. And I got this in a size medium. It was $16.99. And again, nice and cozy and warm. And I like the belt bit in the middle, but it'll just come to just above my knees, or just about my knees. So it's not a full length one, so it's not a really, really big winter one, but it's also cozy. So again, it's that sort of slight change of season. I thought it would be perfect for those evenings that you just want to chill out on the sofa with a nice hot chocolate, a nice candle going on in the background, and a good old film. So for some reason, must be the weather, I did buy some very autumnal bits today. But I'm very pleased with those little purchases from TK Maxx in Tamworth we went to. And, well, there was nothing else to do today because it's raining, as it's raining every day at the moment. So when it rains, go to TK Maxx. So Monday saw me head down to the coast. I was back down in Devon, in Exeter, for a very special day. My son Adam's graduation from Exeter University. It was a great day for everybody. Adam smiled consistently all day long. We've had a wonderful time, and as you can imagine, I'm super, super proud of him. How are you feeling right now?
Ecstatic.
Ecstatic, confident,
yes,
happy,
yes.
The sun is shining,
yes.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you very much. Into a local hotel here in Exeter, and just had a quick shower, quick turnaround, getting changed. Then we're taking Adam out for a meal, and I'm going to give him his very special present that I have bought him this last week, and it's sort of half for congratulations for graduation and half for his birthday, which is next month. He doesn't know he's getting this. It's going to be quite a big surprise, something he's talked about for a while, but I think it's going to come as quite a surprise to him, and we're going to present it to him in the restaurant. So I'm going to just finish off getting ready, and then we're going to go out for dinner, and we're going to give Adam his surprise. I'm so excited. I'm nearly as excited as what for graduation. So what Adam didn't know was that I was about to surprise him with a present he's been wanting for a couple of years, actually, a new PlayStation, a PS5, and it was half for graduation and half for his birthday, as I've said, but he was really, really shocked and kept saying, "Oh, Mum, I can't believe it. This is ridiculous. I can't believe it." Anyway, he really deserves it, and I hope he's going to get a lot of pleasure out of that when he's home next week for a few weeks over the summer.
So the Invisible Chef is back this week with a lovely dish that's actually from WAITROSE and Partners called Youvetsi, which is a Greek lamb stew with ORZO pasta. I think it's pronounced Youvetsi. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I will link all the ingredients that we did get from WAITROSE in the description box down below, but we'll talk you through the method here. Actually, the quantities for this recipe will actually serve 4. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to prepare and about half an hour, 40 minutes to cook. So you need to give yourself a good 45 minutes to an hour for this recipe. It's well worth it. Well, the bit I helped with was really easy. It was just doing the ORZO, which is basically to cook it like normal pasta. So rinse it under cold water and cook just according to the pack instructions, which is basically boil it up for 10 to 15 minutes. You drain it, then rinse it again under the cold water and eventually stir it into the finished casserole. And for the casserole, you just need to heat a tablespoon of oil in a casserole dish and brown the lamb in batches, adding more oil as you go along if needed, until it's all golden. Then set it aside on a plate. Add the onion and saute for 5 to 10 minutes until soft. You then return the lamb back to the pan, stir in the rosemary, the allspice and the bay leaves and cook for another minute or 2. Then you add the tomatoes, stock, honey and salt. We also added a little dash of red wine to stop the brown from sticking on the bottom of the casserole dish and because it tastes delicious as well. Bring it all to the boil, then simmer for about 15 minutes. Then you need to rinse your spinach and stir it into the casserole too until it all wilts. Cover and set aside to rest for 2 to 3 minutes. Then remove the bay leaves and serve sprinkled with the feta cheese and mixed with the ORZO pasta. And the smell in the kitchen was also amazing. A beautiful dish. I can highly recommend it. I also cooked some broccoli to go with this dish, but you could use any seasonal vegetables, or indeed you could actually do some roasted Mediterranean vegetables, which would go very nicely with this as well. But it was absolutely gorgeous. So here we are having this week's moment on the bed. I've just filled my new Donna Karan makeup box, put all my bits and pieces in. I'm loving the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation that I got. I showed you in a video a couple of weeks ago. Really like that. I've got that on today. It's really nice because it's quite light and you don't feel like you're wearing makeup. And I'm also loving the sculpted lip gloss pen that I got as well. Just put a little bit of this on actually. You can see it very well on this camera, but
what I do like about it, quite a nice peachy, summery colour, but it's very moisturising for the lips as well. So anyway, I've just been sorting that out, having a bit of a tidy up, which is good. And yes, a reflection on this week is I'm utterly shattered, you can probably tell. I am beyond tired actually this week. It has been very full on with going to graduation, but very full on then working 3 days in a row, because I normally work day on, day off, day on, day off throughout the week. But my days off are when I'm with Mom and doing things with her. But on my working days, I get up about 5:30 in the morning and I get to the office really early, but then I work all the way through without a break, so that I can generally leave about 3:30 in the afternoon. So again, I can then go to Mom and spend a little bit of time with her before I come home and my evening routine starts. But doing the 3 days in a row and getting up at 5:30 and working all the way through, you know what it's like if you work full time, all those kind of hours or similar kind of hours. You've still got to come home and do the washing and do the catching up and all those kind of things. So I am very, very, very tired this week. And actually, when I came back from Exeter, I also bought a car full home of Adam's washing, because he returns completely from Exeter this weekend and he's moving out of the house that he's lived in for the past 2 or 3 years. And he's obviously going to be home for the summer, but he is returning to Exeter in September because he's going to be doing a master's degree. So very, very proud, very, very happy for him. And when he goes back, he's moving into a brand new house. So he's having to bring his entire house back home this weekend. And I'm sure some of you are going to be in the same position this week or next week when your offsprings come home from university. And if you've had a similar week to me, do let me know, because it's such a lovely thing for them and for the family, isn't it, as well, to go to graduation. It's very, very special. There was a couple of sad moments actually in graduation for us this year, because while some, mainly universities, you often get within the ceremony honorary degrees, and sometimes that can be a celebrity or it could be someone that's done something magnificent and they're given an honorary degree from that university. But this year's honorary degrees in Adam's graduation day was for 2 students that unfortunately have passed away, and their parents went up to collect their honorary degrees. And these 2 students had actually committed suicide. Well, if that doesn't put things into perspective, I don't know what does. And I was overwhelmed, to say the least, by these people, the parents that went up on stage to collect their honorary degrees for their children. And I don't know how they did it, quite frankly. I don't know how they did it. It was a beautiful moment. It was very sad. And, you know, we really have to look out for our young people, don't we? It sort of reminds you that whilst university life can be very exciting and it can be a lot of fun, and Adam has had a wonderful time, but Adam's very academic, so he throws himself into study and academia just as much as he does his social life. But Adam has quite a good balance of things in his life. He's always been that way, you know. He sort of sees his friends, sees his girlfriend, does his work and sort of evens it all out. He's very good like that. I'm very proud of him for that. But there are other people that don't cope the same way, and sometimes we don't know, do we, what our children, teenagers, young people in our lives are thinking or feeling, and it's sometimes difficult to communicate, or they think it's difficult to communicate, and it can be really, really hard. So that was a very emotional moment. The day was very emotional for me as well on a personal level, because I was very aware and felt very sad in a way that my dad and my sister weren't there to celebrate Adam and to commend him, because when my sister was dying, and in her last couple of days actually, she was having a conversation with me. I think there was a nurse present at the same time as well. We were having a conversation and she sort of said, do you know what, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this, and I've done everything I wanted to do and I have no regrets. And then she stopped and she said, oh, actually, I have one regret. One regret, she said, and that is I'm not going to see Adam as a man. And I really want to see him as a man. Now, Sarah passed away in 2013. So Adam was 12 when she passed away. And of course, this year he'll be 22. Next month he'll be 22. So that reminisced a little bit with me. I thought about that. And then when my dad passed away, he actually passed away on Adam's 18th birthday, which was really sad, very, very sad and very unexpected. But 2 days before my dad passed away and 2 days before Adam's 18th birthday is when Adam got his A-level results and found out that he was going to Exeter University. And the first people that we told was my mum and dad. We rushed round to their house and we sat with them, we told them, and my dad was absolutely thrilled for Adam. And it actually turned out that Adam did go to Exeter University at that point, the following month, but he didn't like the course he was doing to begin with, and he was really struggling. And there was lots of things going on. I think the loss of his granddad, he had a breakup with a girlfriend at the time, and the whole move away from home. And he got to the December and was quite poorly really and very emotional and was saying he couldn't cope. He'd actually started doing biochemistry to begin with, and he didn't like it and he couldn't cope. So he ended up coming home, and he stayed at home till the following September, but he loved Exeter, so he was determined to go back to the university itself, but chose to do a history degree instead. So I was very pleased that my dad got to know he was going to Exeter, but it turned out he ended up doing a different course than we originally thought he would. But he's loved it and it's all worked out absolutely fine. But I remember my dad being so proud that he was going to Exeter, and my dad was a huge lover of that part of the country, loved Devon, and as you know, it's where mum and dad have often holidayed. That's why I took mum there a couple of weeks ago. And I remember my dad saying to me, oh, you'll probably find that he'll love it so much down there, he won't want to come back. And actually, I don't think Adam will come back. I think even when he's done his masters, I don't think there's perhaps much of a work life for him in Exeter, because Exeter is a very student-based city. But I think he might stay in Devon, but we'll see. A lot can happen in 12 months, can't it? But yeah, it's been a lovely week, but it has been very emotional and very tiring, but it's okay. It's the weekend now, so I intend to just chill out, see the family that are still here from America, and just have a nice family relaxing weekend. And of course, Adam's coming home as well, so it might not be totally relaxing because there'll be more washing to do, but that's okay. We can handle it. All things are good. We can do it together, can't we? I was hoping this week to show you some goodies that I have bought from Matalan. I don't buy from Matalan very often, but they've got some really nice new homewares in. And actually what I've purchased are some very autumnal, dare I say it, homewares. And I don't know about you, but this weather this week, last week or so, is just awful. And it really does feel like autumn. And I'm starting to feel like I need to get a bit cozy. But anyway, I've bought some lovely things, but they haven't arrived yet. So they will be in next week's vlog. So I'll have some lovely things from Matalan to show you, plus some other bits and pieces, because I'm feeling a bit deprived of going to the shops this week as well. So there'll be lots and lots to show you again in next week's video. But in the meantime, I hope you have enjoyed this week's video, and thank you so much for joining me. It means a lot for you to be here. And I hope you have enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Same time, same place, here on the All Things Good channel. Until then, stay safe, stay in the boat, and keep doing all things good. I'll see you next Sunday. Take care. Bye.